this is Chris Licup, and this is my Pakula Racing Nissan 1JZ S13.4 build.
What's up, you guys? Luke Pakula here, aka JD and Booger, PakulaRacing.com. We are here at Fuel Fest LA 2025 with Hot Pit Auto Fest doing drift ride-alongs with my 2JZ S14 GSR dog box, rear performance, rear spool, wide fab suspension, and Zestino tire.
Thank you.
Stoppers like two bumps back, just because I don't feel like I can.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And not like, I don't feel like it's overly squatty now.
Can I see your battery, sir? Are you the gatekeeper over here?
Dude, yeah. You gotta get the stamp of approval.
You're the sticker keeper, huh?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Fuel Fest 2025 LA edition. Got my boy Chris Licup over here.
What's up?
There's a lot of firsts today happening. First in a while. You know, me and Chris been drifting since like 2007. Then life happened. We both had kids. Kind of had to do, you know, adulting stuff, and here we are. We have both of our drift cars here for the first time in over, what, a decade?
I think so. It's been about a decade. Since we last actually tandem together.
Yeah.
And driven together. But super excited. You know, Luke's been building his car for me for about, I don't know, 5-6 years now.
Yeah.
And
not by choice. It would have been a year or less if it was just by my choice.
yeah, we shook it down like back in March, a couple months ago, first test day, and it rocked. So we finally got it all painted, and she's ready to actually rock and roll.
So funny thing about this car is I got this chassis as a trade-off with some deals I was doing, and then I was like, Chris, you ready to go back to drifting? And he's like, yeah, I think so. And that was what, 2020, 2019, something like that.
Yeah.
Then we got the chassis, we did the fab work, he got a 1J. It was gonna be a simple 1J bolt-on built, and then turned into a fully built 1,000 horsepower 1J block.
Worst mistake ever. Should have just went LS.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
This is way cooler than having an LS and whatnot. It sounds way cooler too and stuff.
sure does.
But yeah, like Luke was saying, it was supposed to be a stock build. Ended up pulling the oil pan to do some baffles in it, and found a ton of like metal shavings all over it. So
GDM sludge.
So decided to pull the head. I think it was like cylinder 5, had a bunch of like just
Debris.
metal shavings all over it. And so at that point we're like, fuck it, let's build it. You know, so
And down the rabbit hole we went.
yeah.
The motor got built, we had a mild turbo on it, dynoed it, turbo couldn't handle the compression of the motor, so then we swapped the turbos, re-dynoed again. The main difference between these two is 1J, 2J, obviously a little bit of a torque difference, but this one's ran on 100 octane, this one's ran on 110. So the max kill on this is a little higher than this one just because of the octane, but honestly, both blocks can handle close to 1,000 horsepower, if not that.
Yeah.
Chris still has that front mount radiator set up, just simplicity, trying to keep it budget on an overbuilt, you know, car already.
Yeah.
My radiator's in the back. This car was designed mainly for competition, and it's all it's seen most of its life since I built it. You can see from the battle scars. Chris's car, we'll see where he goes with that, but it's definitely designed to be competitive level. All the safety stuff I did on it, everything's up to speed with safety regulations. It's an inside joke because this is my backup car in case something happens at Hot Pit. So
Yeah.
I built it to spec, you know.
Biggest difference though, I would say, obviously, aside from the engines, is like Luke's running a full Wise Fab kit. I'm still running like a B-knuckle type setup from Rival Auto. And pretty simple base setup for a drift car. Nothing too crazy. If we want to go competitive route later on, which I highly doubt just because competitiveness has killed it for me in the past, maybe around a year or two, just so I can, you know, put it on his door a little bit here and there. But yeah, no. Danny at Unrivaled, actually, like Luke was saying, we swapped out the turbo because it wasn't making that great of power or whatnot. and we ended up doing a Garrett G30 turbo on here, and this thing spools amazingly, and it's great. The power band on here is almost equivalent to his 2J, and I think I'm making about 100 less horsepower than Luke right now, but if I change octane, it'll definitely creep up to the same numbers there.
Can't beat that, honestly, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be pretty well put together when it comes to running tandems. I can go down on settings, Chris can go up in settings, and we'll just work it out and see how it goes. I mean, we haven't tandemed together in a decade, if not more, so.
Like 5 feet off of every wall. You don't want anyone to touch the wall today at all.
Yeah, you can be, not just getting hot, I can kill it. We'll do one more lap, and then we'll go back in and check anything out. Yeah, you can see.
Had so much understeer earlier. Front tires got hot, so now I gotta go down so they get a little bit better scrub.
They may be blind to me, just wait and see. Just wait and see. Just wait and see. Just wait and see. Just wait and see.
Alright guys, so Fuel Fest 2025 was a success. Me and Chris did about 30 laps each. The cars did not break at all. They didn't skip a beat. Well, Chris ran out of fuel, but you know, that happens when you don't have a fuel gauge. So I think it was a success. Once again, cars didn't break down. So to me, as a builder of both of these cars, it's a win-win situation. Both cars, they get to go home, minimum work required, and hot pits in 2 weeks. So I'll see you guys there.